Welcome back to Elder Wolf MTG, everybody. We are actually going to do something that I haven't done on the channel yet, and that is do Sealed. I don't mind Sealed, just in terms of like a play style. I've done actually many pre-release events in person over the years, and so Sealed is, I mean, I've enjoyed it a lot. I typically don't do this on a arena because the price is a little bit higher. And the rewards aren't typically as good for just a draft, and I also actually enjoy drafting more than I do Sealed. However, this is a new format, so Aetherdrift is out, and I have watched a little bit of videos online about the set and the playstyle, so I'm not wholly unfamiliar, but I am still, I would say, in unfamiliar territory. And I'm going to do Sealed because it gives me time to read the cards. And Sealed is a little bit more luck-based because, I mean, you can pull some crazy rares and they're just amazing, or you can pull, you know, rares that are just not good for limited at all, and you can just face opponents who have crazy rares and you can lose pretty quickly. So, but I have some good gems stored up, got some more gold that's coming in through dailies, so I'm not too worried about it. I've already purchased the season pass with my gem earnings. I had like up to, I think, 9,000 something gems and earnings, and so yeah, so we have plenty here for doing a Sealed. And let me just go ahead and jump in. Let's see what rares we get, and we will start the deck building process. So my first Sealed on the channel. Let's see what we get here. Okay, first one is Ketramos, the New Dawn, 3 mana, 4/4, a Menace, Lifelink, Indestructible. That sounds pretty good. This creature cannot attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile, and whenever one or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and lose life. So I'm thinking like exile effects. It's any kind of exile is what the way I'm reading this, unless there are 7 or more cards in exile, and not just your cards, also your opponent's cards. So I'm thinking things like Flashback or Unearth or Finality counters, and the creature dies, that everything goes into exile. And it's not just that spells can go into exile. It's just cards. It doesn't matter. Spells, lands, creatures, doesn't matter whatsoever. I mean, maybe, I don't know how many exile effects are in Aetherdrifts, but if there are plenty of exile effects, this would be a very good one. I mean, Menace, Lifelink, Indestructible is amazing, and you also have a draw card mechanic if there are ways to exile. So we'll keep an eye on exile effects. Afterburner Expert. I've actually played with this in one jump-in event. It was very nice. 3 mana, 4/2, and that in of itself is, I mean, it's fine, nothing great, but the exhaust ability. So if you're not familiar with Aetherdrift, exhaust is a new mechanic where there's an exhaust cost, and it's a one-time activated ability. Like once you do it, you can't do it again unless some other spell or creature or something allows you to do it at more than one time. But this one causes this to become a 6/4 because of the 2/1/1 counters. And then whenever you activate an exhaust ability, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if you have a very heavy exhaust deck, this one keeps coming back, and then once it comes back, you can use the exhaust on this one again. So this is kind of an interesting reoccurring, you know, green creature, and then so green-black, I'm assuming, is going to have graveyard mechanics. So that's interesting to keep in mind on. So let's see. Collodin, Triumph Caster, 2 mana, 2/3, mounts and vehicles you control have haste. Okay, so that's good. So this set has a lot of mounts and vehicles, mounts being the creatures that can be saddled, much like vehicles are just artifacts that can become a creature until end of turn when you crew them. And whenever a mount you control enters, it becomes saddled into the end of turn. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so they don't even take, that's actually really good. For sure, it's a great enabler. I mean, perfect for Boros, right? So 2 mana, 2/3, and basically your vehicles are crewed and mounts are saddled immediately as they come in, and they're also haste, which is amazing. So that's really good. Rare land, great for, I mean, fixing and also for constructed. Another rare land. So we got 2 rare lands, not what I really wanted to see. So Debris Beetle, a 4 mana 6/6 trample vehicle, and whenever this vehicle enters, each opponent loses 3 and you gain 3, and it's a crew 2, which is really nice. That's a good one. That's really nice for sure. Captain Howler, Sea Scourge, 4 mana, 5/4. Ward is both ward 2 mana and pay 2 life. And then whenever you discard one or more cards, a target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn for each card discarded this way. And whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. That seems very good. I know there is a cycling deck, a lot of cycling cards in this set, and so cycling means you discard the card that has cycling on it, and then you draw another card. So this is going to be in the red-blue as the cycling archetype for this set. I do know that. Winter, Curse Rider, 2 mana, 3/2. Ward is pay 2 life. Artifacts you control also have ward, pay 2 life, and then this has an exhaust ability where you pay 4, you tap Winter, you exile X artifact cards from your graveyard, and then that's at instant speed, and then each other non-artifact creature gets -X into it. So basically it's kind of like a potential board wipe for non-artifact creatures. That's interesting. And plus your artifacts have ward of pay 2 life. I mean, I don't think that's terrible. It seems you need to have a super heavy artifact deck, obviously, for this to work really well. So I think Kaladin is my immediate, I think that's really, really good, or Captain Howler. So I think these 4 in the middle here are my best rares. I mean, maybe there is something with Ketchup. Let's see how many exile effects we can find. I mean, there's an exile here, but it's your graveyard only. So, I mean, I don't know if I would want to do Dimir splashing white for Ketramos, but maybe, or maybe the other way around. Maybe do a black-white and splash blue for Winter. That could be a possibility. But anyway, all right, let's go see what we have. This may be a longer video just because of putting things together. So I'm going to be reading a lot, and then this is the first time you've seen Aetherdrift. This might be interesting just to kind of look through the cards. I know there are a road card like this for every color, where it adds the color that you can see. So this is plains or white, and then you can pay 2 mana to sacrifice it to create a pilot token. So a pilot can mount cruise as though its power were 2 greater. So if the pilot's a 1/1, it can basically crew a 3 up to a 3. So that can be super helpful for heavy artifacts. We have two Lightwheel enhancements. This is enchant creature. So start your engines is a new mechanic. Start your engines. It is there's this concept of max speed, which is speed 1 to 4. You have to play a start your engines card to start at speed 1, and after that, start your engines cards don't do anything in and of itself when they come in. But then you get speed up to max 4 when an opponent loses life on each of it's your turn, not your opponent's turn, but your turn. So that can be a loss of life through combat damage or spell damage or a drain effect or anything like that. So, and then once you get max speed, various cards have a payoff, and so this one has, you can basically cast this card from your graveyard and come back. So not bad at all, especially for Boros. This could be really good to just keep giving something +1/+1 in vigilance. Nesting Bot, a 1/1 for 1 with start your engines. So if you play this on turn 1, that's great. And then when this creature dies, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. And then at max speed, this becomes a 2/1. That's fine. Leonin Surveyor, 2 mana, 2/2 with start your engines. A lot of start your engines in the last few cards. During your turn, this creature has first strike, and at max speed, okay, I think there is, every color has one of these max speed cards of some sort, a 3 mana colorless, and you can exile it from your graveyard to draw a card. So there is an exile effect noted for maybe Ketramos, so there is that. Need to keep that in mind. Cloud Spire Captain, mounts and vehicles you control get +1/+1, so a mount vehicle lord. And then this creature saddles mounts and cruise vehicles as though its power were 2, so as if it was a power 4. That can be very good. Daring Mechanic, instant steed, 4 mana, put a +1/+1 counter on target mount or vehicle. Yeah, that's solid. It's a 3 mana 3/3. That's solid. Quick Welder, 3 mana 2/4, and then artifact spells you cast 1 less. Okay, depending on how many artifacts we have, that could be really good. Pride of the Road, 4 mana 2/5. Okay. Vigilance with starter engines and a max speed. Target creature or vehicle gains double strike. That's not, I mean, that's good. And it's a pretty big butt too at 5 toughness. I would imagine that's usually 5 toughness in sets are very good at holding the ground. Yeah, something to keep in mind. Swift Wing Assailant, 4 mana 3/3 flyer. Pretty standard, but this one has starter engines and MX speed. It becomes a 3/4 vigilance flying. Okay, and then Broadcast Rambler, a 5 mana 5/4 with a crew 1. Wow. And then when it enters, you create a 1/1 Thopter token. So yeah, that's a really good one as well. So okay, white's looking all right. Ride's End. Spell costs 3 less. Exile target creature or vehicle. So more exile effects. I'm just trying to keep that in the back of my mind for Ketchermos, but this is a really good removal, I think, in a lot of cases. I mean, it's white, obviously has some of these. You can do more in terms of removal to tapped permanents a lot of times for a lower cost, but at 5 mana, you can just exile. So target creature or vehicle. Okay, good to know. Bounce Off. This is basically unsummon, but with the vehicle as a opportunity. So that's a good tempo card. Let's see. Spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell or activate an ability. So like an exhaust ability, extra mana for that. It's not bad. Midnight Mangler. During this turns other than yours, this vehicle is an artifact creatures. This is a 2 mana 3/3 that is a crew 2, but when it's not your turn, it just is a 3/3 blocker automatically. It's interesting. Got 2 of those. Spectral Interference, counter target artifact or creature spell unless it controller plays 4. Actually, that's really nice. There's so many artifacts in this set that, I mean, it doesn't obviously counter instants or sorceries or enchantments, but there are tons of artifacts in this set. That could be good. Here's a cycling card. So number 2. So in this case, you play 2 colorless at instant speed and you discard it and draw a card. But if you don't do the cycle ability, then it's 2 mana to tap a creature or vehicle. Then you put 3 stun counters. So it's a good stall tempo. It is sorcery speed, notably. So your opponent, like whichever one that you stun, would basically have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 turns later they would basically be usable against you. So that's good. Aether Siphon, 3 mana, start your engines, and then 2 mana to draw a card. And at max speed, whenever you draw a card, each opponent mills 2. That seems pretty good. Keen Buccaneer, draw a card, then discard a card. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. 2, 3. So it becomes a 3/4 vigilance for. I mean, yeah, that's decent. Trip up 4 mana, so top or bottom library with cycle. Cycle always makes things better. It gives you options in late game or even early game if you need to cycle with 2 mana. So that's a decent card too. Trade the Helm, 5 mana, sorcery speed. Exchange control of target artifact or creature you control and target artifact or creature an opponent controls with cycling of 2. I really like this card. If there's nothing worth swapping, then you just cycle it. But if your opponent has a bomb and you have a little dinky 1/1 or 2/2 or even a 3/3 and you just 5 mana, like you take mine, I take yours. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that's a really good card. Wow, black is very low. Engine Rat, 1/1 Death Touch, and then 6 mana, each opponent loses 2 life. That's a good, solid 1-drop. Intimidation Tactics, cycling 3. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card. It's kind of like Duress, but focused on artifact or creature cards, and then cycling 3. That's good too. Maximum Overdrive, 2 mana, 1/1 counter, and it gains Death Touch and Indestructible. Yeah, that's a really good trick. Carrying Cruiser, when it enters mill 2, then return a creature or vehicle from your graveyard to your hand. Notably, whatever's in your graveyard, not just the 2 milled cards. Not bad. Mutant Surveyor. Start your engines, 2/3. This is the black version of Exile and draw a card. Okay. Infinite +1/+1 for 2 mana. It's not terrible. Siphon Fuel. Wow, we got 3 of these. Target creature gets -6, -6, and you gain 2 life. I mean, it's expensive, but it is removal. Huh, if I'm short on removal, I might have to consider that. And the Gravestalker, 6 mana, 5/4, and it costs 1 less to cast for each artifact and or creature card in your graveyard, cycling 2. Oh, so you can cast this for pretty cheap later on in a game. That's really good. 2 mana, 3/1, start your engines, and at max speed, this creature can tap and add 2 more mountains. Still, just a 2 mana, 3/1, I think in a lot of cases is just good. Kickoff Celebrations, 2 mana, start your engines. When this enchantment enters, you may discard. If you do, draw 2. Max speed, sacrifice it. Future vehicles you contain haste. And so it's kind of like Bitter Reunion a little bit, just for this set. It's interesting. Lightning Strike's always good, for sure. Specialist, 2 mana, 2/1, haste. And then for 4 mana, it becomes a 4/3 later. Adrenaline Jockey, whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, this creature deals 4 damage. So that also could affect you or me. It's not just your opponent that you can take 4 damage. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, you put a counter on this creature. That's a pretty good one. I mean, it's a 3 mana 3/3 with pretty high upside. Surveyor, 3 mana 3/2, trample, start your engines, and at max speed you exile it. Okay. I mean, still, yeah, it's a 3/2 trample, so the ability to get across for 1 extra damage, potentially to like move your max speed along, or your speed along, is good. Outpace Oblivion, start your engines, deals 5 damage up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. That's great. 3 mana, 5 damage, and then sacrifice this enchantment, deals 2 damage to each player who doesn't have max speed. Yeah, that's solid. Crash and Burn. Choose 1, destroy target vehicle, or deals 6 damage to target creature. Yeah, that's an excellent removal. 4 mana, 3/4, reach, lots of start your engines that I have in my red. Max speed, at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card. So it's like long-term card advantage potential, and it is a 3/4 reach. That's good to note. Thunderhead Gunner, a 4/5, 5 mana, 4/5 reach. Instant speed, discard a card, draw a card. Activate only as a... So it's not instant speed. Sorry, I didn't read the rest. Activate only as a sorcerer and sorcery, and only once each turn. So that's a good enabler for the blue-red discard deck. Push the limit. 7 mana. Wow, 7 mana. Return all mount and vehicle cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next ends. Vehicles you control become artifact creatures, and creatures you control gain haste. Okay, so it just brings all mounts and vehicles for 1 turn from your graveyard, and they are basically crewed, and not mounted, just crewed for vehicles, and they can just basically swing. So if you have a lot of vehicles and mounts, then you can do this at the later, and they can all come back for 1 big swing. That could be very good. Defend the Rider, 1 forest, instant, choose 1. Target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible. Yep, it's classic green. That's, I mean, hexproof and indestructible. That's really good. Or you create a pilot token. Yeah, solid, super solid. Plow through, choose 1, another 1 mana. Target creature you control fights, target creature an opponent controls, and destroy target vehicle. Okay. Yeah. I mean, 1 mana destroy target vehicle. That's pretty ridiculous. Point the way, another start your engine, sacrifice this enchantment, search your library for up to X basic lands where X is your speed. Wow. That could be really good. 2 of them. 1/1 for 1, and then exhaust becomes a 2/2, and then you create a 3/3. Yeah, that's super solid. Great 1-drop. Beast Rider Vanguard, 5 mana. Look at the top 3. You may reveal a permanent card from among them, put it in your hand. That's a good long-term board stall 2-drop. 2 mana, 2/1 Death Touch, and when it attacks while saddled, it becomes a 2/4 Death Touch. That's interesting. Yeah, it kind of becomes more aggressive as saddling, because it usually takes more than 1 creature to block it in the early game. With Death Touch, you can just do a 2-for-1 if they don't. There's our rare. 4 mana, 4/4 trample for instant. 3 mana, 4/4 trample, instant speed. It's fine. Hazard of the Dunes, trample reach, exhaust 7. Put 3/1. So it becomes. So it's a 4 mana, 4 more trample reach, which is just good. And then in the late game, it becomes a 7/7 trample reach. Yeah, it's solid. Okay. Guidelight Pathmaker. 6 mana, 6/5 vehicle, crew 2 vigilance, and when this vehicle enters, you may search your library for an artifact card and reveal it. Put it on the battlefield if it's mana value 2 or less, otherwise put it in your hand. Yeah, good value. It's not full, looks like it might have flying, but it doesn't, just 6/5 vigilance. Still, solid card. Voyage Home. 7 mana. Oh, it's affinity. So affinity means that a spell with affinity for artifact costs 1 colorless less for each artifact you control. So if you have 2 artifacts out, then this becomes a 5 mana sorcery for draw 3, gain 3. And in late game, you could even potentially cast this for like 3 or even 2. Yeah, it's good if you have a good artifact deck. Embalmed Ascendant. Start your engines when it enters, create a 2/2 token. So it's basically 3 mana for a 3/4 worth of toughness life. And then max speed, whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent, you get drain 1 basically. That's solid. Really good. There's Ketramos. Haven't seen a lot of exile effects other than the ones in the graveyard. So I'm not really thinking this is going to be anything actually. So we'll see. Dune Drifter X. Black-White X, when it enters, return target artifact or creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a 3/3 for crew 2. I mean, so it's, yeah, it gives you a vehicle, but also just, yeah, that's recursion. Okay, there's Winter Hellride. 3 mana, 3/3. Whenever you attack, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains Death Touch until end of turn. Untap it. And this doesn't even have to be crewed for that. It's just like a static effect. I like that a lot. So then we have lands. Boosted Sloop. 3/3 minutes. Whenever you attack, draw a card, discard a card. That's also another just state. You don't have to crew it for this to happen, but it's a crew 1. That's really good. There's Captain Howler, which is really good. Then we have lands. Gustal, Thrillseeker. Start. Whenever this creature enters, it deals 1 damage. Okay. So wait a minute. You play this, it starts at speed 1 because it starts your engines, and then when it enters, it deals 1. So basically, you're at speed 2 if this is your first start your engines card. And then at max speed, it has Death Touch Haste. That's really aggressive. I like that a lot. Debris Beetles, again, very good. We do have, looks like they have the Windscarred Crag, which is the tap lands for 1 life. That's good. Colladin's really good. Rangers Aether Hive. 3/5 Vigilance, so whenever you activate an exhaust ability, create a 1/1 Thopter with a crew 1. Yeah, that's super solid. Raceway, what is this? Start your engines, land, and then at max speed, target creature gains haste. That's really good. Start your engines, and then at max speed 3, you discard a card, draw a card. 2 of those. Sarcophagus, start your engines. Wait, why does this Sarcophagus have max speed? That's kind of funny. It becomes a 3/3 at max speed, but it's a start your engines card. Camera Launcher, 2 of these, 3 mana 2/2s, and you exhaust, put a 1/1 counter, so it becomes a 3/3, and you create a Thopter. That's really good. Starting Column, another start your engine. It's got lots of start your engines for sure. Here's this Mana Fixing, and then max speed, sacrifice it, draw 2, discard 1. Skybox Fairy, 1 of these, just a 4/4 flyer with crew 2, cycling 2. Okay, interesting. Let's see what really stood out. I want to see if we can put a good Culloden deck together. We had some good red, I think. I mean, this is mounts and vehicles have haste as soon as they come into play. That's such a power. Now, I don't know about mount. How many do I have? Any mounts? That's the Mount Lord. That's not a mount. That's return mounts. The only mounts in my entire pool is the Lagok. Okay, so not mounts. What about vehicles? A little bit more maybe on that. So the Rambler is a vehicle, one of those. So let's put those over. I think if I'm doing right, I definitely would put those as coming over. This would come over. This would come over. I like the light wheel enhancements in terms of white, if that's what we're doing. Wow, we just don't have good vehicles for Culloden, actually. Like, not on color. I mean, I can splash, but what am I splashing? Huh. Okay, well, that doesn't seem like that's going to play out. I'll keep it here and just look at my red, but I mean, what am I pulling out? The Rambler gets Culloden impact, and then maybe the Ferry. Would I splash for like Pathmaker maybe? You may search your library for an artifact card and reveal it if it's 2 or less. So, I mean, maybe I would splash. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then the captain in and of itself, I mean, doesn't really have a huge impact. Wow, that is not really great for the vehicles. Okay, that's not looking like a great focus on Culloden. What about just, let's just see Boros in general. Let's just see what else here would be for like Boros. Target creature vehicle. I do like this one for double strike. Kickoff celebrations is a good. Lightning strike is good. I would definitely do crash and burn. Outpace oblivion is good. I mean, that's good 2 drops. Good 2 drops. Adrenaline jockey. I like this card. I think that's really good. Max speed, exile. Yeah, I think these are all fine. I don't even know if push the limit's worth it because we only have like 3 or 4. I don't know about that. Do we have enough? That's 21 with a splash of Pathmaker. What's my distribution? 10 creatures, 4 artifacts and vehicles. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's take out white and see about blue. I might keep Pathmaker in there for now, but let's take out white for the moment and look at blue. So let's do this. Okay, so tempo bounce off is good. I mean, for just a defensive 2-drop, spectral interference I think is good. Siphoner is good. So draw a card, discard a card. Do I have any payoffs for discard a card? I mean, other than Captain Howler, not really. Boosted sloop. Voyage home. I mean, that's could be really nice. I really like Trade the Helm. Optimizer could be good. Stall out cycling. Obviously, we would play this land if we wanted to do that. All right, what about this? Maybe not the Pathmaker, but the Voyage home splash. Potentially. Well, so what does this look like in terms? That's 9 creatures. That's even less. And then 6 instants, 3 sorceries, 2 enchantments. So what do we have here? Wow, that is not a lot of 2-drops in terms of creatures. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and a 5-drop creature. So we would be relying on what? What's our win condition here? Steal their bomb, card advantage. Yeah, that's our blockers. So we counter a couple things. Lightning. This doesn't just have enough oomph, I don't think. Yeah, that's Okay, let me look at the remaining cards here. I mean, there's not a much better pool than that. I mean, my black is so minimal. I almost feel like I need to go 3 colors. But so, okay, what's my fixing for 3 colors then? So Hazard of the Dunes is a win condition. Trample Reach. Lagacs are great early game pressure. Afterburner's great, but how many exhaust abilities do I have? Let me just put all this back and let's just look for exhaust. Not a ton. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, these aren't bad. The camera launchers, they having a 1/1 flyer helps also. I mean, maybe we try to go green. That's a good green. Green blue? Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, create a 1/1. I mean, would I do that? I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 3/5 crew 1. I mean, that's still a good vehicle. There's another exhaust in green blue. Would I go green blue? Do I have enough to like cast an artifact? I mean, this is to start your engines. I just don't have any payoffs in blue. Like in terms of top end, my top end is like Hazard of the Dunes. Afterburner Expert is good, but this doesn't look like enough to like win a game. So what are my win conditions in the entire pool? Captain Howler would probably be a win condition. Debris Beetle is a really good, I mean, 6/6 trample for 2. Yeah, we just don't have a nice synergistic. We're kind of our pool is all over the map, so to speak. Yeah, this is tough. I wish I had more black. I mean, there's a lot of removal in black. I don't think I can make black white really work. What's my payoffs for cycling? I wish I had more. There's no like damage for cycling. Green has some good 2-drops. I mean, the Lagak is great. The Beast Rider is great. I could do 1 point the way. The Defend the Rider and Plow Through is excellent. I really wish we had Broken Wings. Broken Wings in this set is busted. That's 13 cards. Do I take out the blue? Like, what do I have? I mean, I might play Bestow Greatness. Do we have enough green-red to kind of be aggressive? Another 2-drop here, Crash and Burn Outpace. Definitely doing these Lightning Strike, Spike Spitter, maybe even the Gunner. It's 21, Kickoff Celebrations. Okay, this looks a little bit, I think, a little bit better. Let me look at, and then could I splash something in either off color, like a Captain Howler potentially, or what's another one we could potentially splash? Like a black cards? Thrill Seeker, I mean, does this come in late? Does this... I mean, it's still decent if it comes in late. It's really great if you get it early, but I think probably Captain Howler, we do have fixing for that as well. We also have fixing for the black. We also have fixing for black here for green and red. Maybe as weird as it sounds, maybe I actually splash all these Siphon Fuels and maybe the Gravestalker. That might be the answer that we're looking. What other? I mean, we could do more. There's fixing, start your engines, draw 2. I mean, Debris Beetle is also in black, which is nice. These are basically for the flyers and exhaust ability to get Afterburner Expert back. Okay, that's 23 cards. Would I... Let me go and put these 3 in with the Gravestalker, and let me take a look at that. That might actually be what I want to do, because we have 2 pretty good fixings here for black, which is nice, and then we can put like 1 or 2 more swamps in. Yeah, I think that might be it. So 27, obviously I can't play all these, so let me do this. Let me go here and just kind of look at my distribution. And let's see. Okay, so we have currently 15 creatures. How many we have 1 vehicle. We have Debris Beetle, which is great. Okay. All right. What would I cut for the Siphon Fuels? This is cycling, so I mean I really see this. It's really a 2-drop. It's really a cycler. Like, would I even try to do that? Yes. Yeah, I think... Do I just splash the Debris Beetle? Because I need, what, 4 cuts? So I have... What is my removal taken out? Maybe I take off 2 Siphon Fuels. Cyclers. Average 2 point. That average is a little bit lower because I'm not counting on playing this one. We have 5 2-drops, which is great, and a 1-drop. I love that. We have protection or a pilot, which usually it's going to probably be protection. We've got destroy vehicle or a fight. Point the way. X basic lands, or X is your speed. I mean, like 4 mana with only a speed 1. Do I have any other start? I have lots of start engines, right? There's start your engines. There's start your engines. Start your engines. We've got a few start your engines. There's a start your engines. There's a start. Okay, we've got quite a few start your engines. So I think max speed. Well, this will play off a little bit. Removal. So 3 removals, trick, fight. So we've got some removal, and the question is do I want to even do what's my win condition? Hazard of the Dunes. It's a 4/5 reach. That's card advantage a little bit. Exile for a card afterburner. I don't have a ton of exhaust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, there's some good exhaust payoffs in this. I think this is it. I think undo creature. So okay, I think the question is about the Siphon Fuel or the Gravestalker. So if I took these out, it's a 23 card. I'm only splashing for Debris Beetle, which is crew 2. So any of these can crew the Debris Beetle, which is great. This could crew the Debris Beetle. I have 2 of those. I mean, yeah, I think that we have enough removal with Debris Beetle. What is our distribution? 14 creatures. So we have 1 vehicle. It is a splash. I'll probably put 1 swamp in the deck. So let's go to where are the lands here? Oops, take that away. We want to do the Wastewood and the Bloodfell Caves. Would I want one of the raceways? Target creature gains haste. Or do I want to discard card 3 for drawing a card. Haste. I mean, this can be an aggressive start for sure. I kind of like the one of these, and then I want one swamp. That's 3. And then I have a way to find it here. I don't have a ton of cyclers, right? In fact, I have many cyclers at all, if any. I guess I can come back up and let's do, what is the distribution? It's pretty even split. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 13. So I need maybe a little bit more green early. So that would be a 7-6 green split. Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, last thing I want to look at is cycling. Do we have any? We have no cycling whatsoever, which is hilarious. There's so much cycling in this set, but there's no cycling whatsoever. Okay, well that's not a big deal. All right, I think this is going to do it. Thank you for standing with me this whole time. I think this is the best. We have 2 rares. They're fine rares. I mean, I don't think they're just total bombs by anybody. I got 6 exhaustibilities, or 5 other ones other than this, which is good for bringing the expert back. It becomes a 6/4, which is not insignificant whatsoever. We got some good card advantage. Yeah, I kind of like this. We got some good aggression going on. And we got some good removal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Okay, well, let's go to the first round and let's see how we do. This is the wrong. I'm going to make the image at least something. What is the image here? Probably the Afterburner Expert, right? Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Get back in here. That was supposed to be on the box. There we go. Okay, we have a basically red-green Gruul deck with a single splash for a decent vehicle. And let's see how we do in our sealed pull. Okay, first opponent is Brogo. Let's see, we have all colors, lightning strike, plow through. So we have 3-drop. And we're on the draw. I mean, I can't mulligan this, for sure. What do we have here? Grease Wrench is a 1-drop, 2/1 for 3. Discard 2 cards and draw that many. Put a 1/1 counter, becomes a 3/2. Okay. So we will. See, Lightning Strike could come in super handy. We have already a mirror match. Here we go. Oh, what is this one? Yeah, that thing needs to die right now, actually. That is an amazing card. That is crazy. Let me put, so 2 mana, 2/2 with 2 exhaust abilities. Other creatures you control gain haste. Put a 1/1 counter, becomes a 3/3, and then for 4 mana, create a 4/4 red dinosaur dragon creature token with flying. That's amazing. Incredible rare. We will definitely be playing the 3 mana 2/2. Okay, so they are discarding 1. Let's go here. I might do the 3/4. Okay, Road Rage. Wow. Well, my opponent just, man, 1 mana removal. Okay. Here we go. This little 3/2 here is tearing into me pretty good. So I think what we're going to do is the 3/4, start my engines, and then I can do the Hazard of the Dunes and keep up Defend the Rider after that. This also has reach. All right, if they have a trick, which I don't know why they would come not with both if they didn't have a trick. I have to get this out now. Let's get it out. Okay. They're going to 2-for-1 themselves. Okay, I'm actually not upset about that at all. Yeah. Let's, what do we want to do here? They have no cards in hand. Can we race them with the 2-1 flyer in the air? I actually think we take the flyer out, right? Which is kind of crazy, actually. Destroy target vehicle. I think we actually fight the flyer here. Alright, let's see what we go to. This is a 7 mana. Another engineer. Oh my goodness, what a sealed pool. Like, amazing sealed pool. I played that because... Wow. I needed to... Wow. Do I just discard this? I think I do, actually. This seems so weird, but I think I need to get my more cards online. Alright. I think we know attack. I know they're going to create a dragon here, but let's see, what do we have? We have some answers to the dragon, for sure. Let's see which one they do first. They can't do exhaust for both. Okay, this is great. Actually going to do that. Comes F7, 7, trample reach. Okay. Well, my opponent has had better value cards, I believe. I would have done the dragon on that turn for sure. We have a lot of outs here. Lots of outs. Let's just see if we can pass to those outs. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make that a 7. So, okay, that's really, really good. I'm going to have to do that for the flyer. They're going to do it. So I'm going to take 4 damage in the... Actually, no, because of the flyer, I have reach. Ooh, this Hazard of the Dunes, I forgot how to reach. So let's see what they do. Yep, there's the flyer. 100%. I've now drawn, what, 8 lands. Rocketeer, Boost Buggy. Created treasures, becomes an artifact creature. Well, that's pretty neat. That's actually a great late game card. All right, I think I go ahead and kill that one. And I can't cast the I'm going to hold off. This Beast Rider Vanguard actually is going to give me a lot of value over the course. Okay, it's just a 4/3 creature. Okay, fair enough. End step, they go. Okay, well, that is a good one. My opponent is drawing pretty well here. All right, let's... I'll go ahead and take a life. One life actually may be significant here. Right now, Hazard of the Dunes is holding the line. And I need a couple more turns with Beast Rider Vanguard. And I'd like to rip a spell and then get something from Beast Rider Vanguard here. Okay, they're coming in. So I think I let the flyer come through. If they got the +4/+4 and trample, I don't think there's anything we can do about this. They can also make this a 3/3, which is fine. So I think we go here. And I think we just absorb damage here, or take this right here. And we've got to keep on. So that's 1, 4, 7, 9 +4. Oh man. Okay, if they got the plus whatever trample, they're going to get me next time anyway. So I think we just have to go with this, and if they do the +4/+4, then we're good. So that's 3 mana plus 3 mana. Yeah, they totally got this. If they've got the +4/+4 trample. But they got a trick. Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, there's nothing they can do about it. Yeah, perfect. You know, I could have blocked with the 2/2, but I figured that there's no way I'm winning without my Beast Rider drawing me more cards at that point in the deck. So yeah, my opponent just had a lot better synergy, a lot better cards. In general. So yeah, it'd be nice to have my vehicle there for Drain 3. That would have made a huge difference in the game. But let's go to the next game and see how we do. Okay, next opponent is Nubs. Let's see here. 3-drop. Man, just one green source, and this would have been out of this world hand. We go with a 3-drop. One green card turns its hand on like crazy. I really don't think I can keep this hand. I've got 3 dead cards in my hand, so oh my goodness. I gotta go down to 5. Unbelievable. Still greatness for sure. I hate to do this, but I need the kickoff celebrations for discarding a land. God, please. It's really tough. This is definitely not the way I wanted my there we go. Well, that gives us something to do on... Oh, they got the counter. Actually, I wouldn't mind the counter if that's... Yeah, because I can bring it back with the camera launcher. Yeah, let's try it again. 2 counters? Now, this would be bad. My goodness. That's so terrible. I don't really care about that. And I don't really care about that. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. So yeah, I have an exhaustibility. I'll get the other one back. Sky Serpent, that's a good one. Right? That's the 1/1 that... Ramp it up, huh? 2 speed. What do we have? 2 counters on this one. Another super servant. Okay, and Vinwix. Well, that's pretty ridiculous, I will say that. Alright, let's see what they do. The 2 counters, and I mean, these pulls that my opponents have has just been way better than my pulls in terms of my sealed pull. I mean, they got unlimited mana. I don't know why they're not attacking with the optimizer. I guess maybe they want to block. One, two, three, four, five, six. I can't do both. But I need to... Alright, let's see what they do. They might have a bounce here. Let's see what they do. Okay, max speed. I'm gonna go ahead and... to remember that my I can now give haste to my creatures, so that's important to note. They gain a life. All right, what do they have here? They're gonna go and sure. We're going to start getting crazy card advantage now because of Vinwix. Alright, this is now, if you draw a card, draw 2. Now they're going to draw 2. Wow, that was a good one to... Sure. Doesn't matter now then. Okay, they don't want the haste. They get 2 cards. 19 to my 26. Wow. Goodness, I totally messed up on that one, didn't I? Yep. Actually, that worked out in my favor, even though now they're getting 2 cards a turn. This is... Let's do it again. Yeah, I'm going to go and play my land, get a life here. Basically going to draw through their entire deck. They are down to 13 cards, and they have a lot in hand and a flyer now. Well, this may be a mill plan if we can hold off here. I need my reach person again. Yeah, I don't know if I can win out now, actually, with damage. They're at 13, 11. I'm at 24, so they're 13 cards deeper than I am. Oh, are they going to try to mill me out? That's kind of crazy. This has allowed them to... I mean, they could. I think they have to do some calculations on that. Well, had 3 spells in a row that got milled. It's interesting that they did that. Yeah, this is pretty frustrating because I have so many ways to actually win. And they're just going through their entire deck here. I really don't even want to do that. Let's see here. Got another counter spell? No. Okay. So they draw 2. Are they going to run out? They're going to run out before me, right? I don't know. Five cards to my 9 cards. What's the math there? 3. I'm at 5. You're at... Oh, it's going to be so close. Wow. Okay. They're at 3. I'm at 5. They're at 1. They have another draw a card effect. If they don't, they lose next turn, right? They gotta make me draw a card. It'd be funny if they actually milled themselves out because of wind mix. Okay. Okay. All totally fine. Okay. I don't know exactly what's going on here. They had the win. I think they lose, don't they? Their own Finwix. I have to say that's probably the most unique wave that I've won a game yet. So if you don't understand what just happened, Vinwix made them draw 2 cards, and they only had 1 in their deck, and they had the mana to make me draw, or to draw. Oh, they didn't want to do it. Anyway, they basically just, they milled themselves out before they could mill me out. They should have focused on damage instead of milling. I think they were trying to be way too cute, and I end up winning. So I will take a win any day of the week. All according to my calculations, malicious I just got a bunch of achievements. I don't even know. Let's look at those achievements. What did I get? Ready to claim. Advanced achievements. Have an opponent lose a game by drawing from an empty library. Okay, that was by my opponent, which should be another achievement by itself. That was all my opponent. And what's another one here? Just mastery in blue. When engaged with no cards in your library. Again, by my opponent. Okay, so that's basically that one. Cool. That's pretty funny, actually. So let's go back, and that gives us from 200 gems to 400 gems. So we are now at 1,600 gems price paid. Let's get a couple more wins. That one was... I should have lost that. Both of my opponent's decks, I think, have been way better than my deck. I did not get a great sealed pool. But we'll see. And I had to mold a 5 on that one as well. And what is going on here? Oh my goodness. I go first. I have a 2-drop and 2 dead cards. I have to draw a force. I cannot keep this. Okay. This is better. I think I throw away the debris beetle. Yeah, at this point, I think so. So I'll start my engines and do green, do this, and then point the way will also be a really important one here. What is this? Against flying at the end of turn? I don't know if they're going to trade or not. I guess they will. Sounds good. Alright, and so we can sack an enchantment. What are they going to do here? A 2-2. Oh, that's a good one. 2-2 when it enters, search your library for artifact card. Mana 4/5. So, oh great. They have a mythic rare. Crash and burn. Next time it's a creature. But that is a planeswalker. Wow. Okay. That is going to be a problem. Is it a vehicle? Nope, it's just a planeswalker equipment. So if you haven't seen this, as long as it's attached to a creature, it's an equipment. It's not, you can't kill it. You got to kill the creature first. So they should play that immediately and equip it and go from there. That's immediately what they should do. I don't think I can beat this. I think this is going to be a lost game. I might actually pop that and go get a green and a black source. Draw 2 cards. All right. Yep. I just don't think I can get around this because now it's a 2/4. Need a green, black, green, and black. Yep, that is a bomb. Oh my goodness. Every seal deck I have faced so far has just had such a better card quality than I have for sure. I really think part of that was the 2 rare lands in my pool. This is one of the reasons I just do not like, and it's got vigilance too. Great. Unbelievable. And yeah, now they're going to basically have 8 loyalty on the, and they can do sacrifice 5 and do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that helps. No attacks. Yeah, if they attack, clearly we will double block the strategist. Don't know if they're going to do that or not. Yeah, that's just that's a beating. Okay. Okay. No blocks. Wow. Look at this pool. 2 Thopter Fabricators. I don't even know what to say. I think not yet. I think not yet. Yeah, it's just too much. Too much. Yeah, we're done. Can't beat that. Yeah, goodness gracious. This is why I'm really frustrated with Sealed. Just because, again, if you've got on-color rares, where they had 2 Thopter Factories and the Mythic Equipment Planeswalker, nothing you can do about that. All right, let's go to the next one. Hopefully we can get 1 or 2 more wins out of this deck. I've had some really bad mulligans, which is very frustrating. I mean, I won the mull to 5, but I think I've mulled the last, well, definitely the last 2 games with that. So yeah, let's go to the next one and see. Hopefully we can get a opening hand that actually allows for me to kind of play what this deck wants to do, which is be a little bit more aggressive. I got Starcher Indians. Well, I think we're gonna have to play. So we can do haste. I'm gonna go ahead and risk not having a 3-drop here for the speed, and that's fine. And we might be able to get an untapped land here and do the Adrenaline Jockey. Hopefully so. Hopefully we'll do an untapped land. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting 1 more untapped land. Oh, wow. If that's all they're going to do on the turn, I'm super happy with that. Yeah, untapped land. Or do I want to do a tapped land, keep up Lightning Strike? Actually, that's probably... Oh, well, that makes it even better. I thought that was a tap land. Yeah, well, there you go. Sure, we'll go through 3. And then let's see what they do here. Reading the card. That's any time basically you play a spell that's not your turn, this creature will do damage to any player, including myself. So they're going to go ahead and do that. I'm not super sad to see that, quite honestly. I'm going to go ahead. This seems weird, but if they have another removal spell, I want them to remove it on this and not my Hazard of the Dunes. So far we've had removal and removal. Okay, that's not too scary. Okay. Now we have a 2 reach creatures. Listed sloop, that's really good. Now remember, anytime they attack, they draw and discard, so I don't think there is any 2 mana kill. Stall out. Okay, that's fine. Can stall out. That's fine with me. I'm gonna come in. I'm in for 4. Okay, we're racing. Nope, not racing. Racing. Okay, I think we got this race actually. Though this is going to obviously help them with the cycling for sure. I want to hold on to the land. Okay. So what do I need here? This is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't want to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to do the lightning strike hold up. So this is 2, 1 here and 1 here. I think I totally messed that. I did 2, didn't I? My goodness, my brain is not working today, and that is okay. Perfect. I'm gonna do full control here. Wow. Wow. Spell Pierce. Oh my goodness. Another bounce off. Wow. Okay. Double strike. That's a problem. Alright, they're at 7. Alright, the question is, I think we do this to draw a card. Yep. Ooh, there we go. Oh, that's really good. Really good. Okay, I think we're in a good spot now. Okay, so defend the rider. Let's go ahead and fight. I don't know what they're doing. They don't have any options, right? Okay. No attacks. We got them next turn with the Hazard of the Dunes. Now I can actually block the sloop if they actually crew it. Let's see what they do. I mean, can they... I've got the man on the board, right? Just in case they have some kind of crazy trample shenanigans. Last card in hand. What is it? Last card. Well, I'll be happy to get one more win if this actually turns out to be the case. Lots of... Yeah, control, and I cannot believe they discarded the bounce off. That seemed pretty bad to me. I don't know what they had in the moment. Yeah, this spike spitter has been unreal. Good game. Okay. Obviously we could have done that. Yeah, I made a mistake on my pulls on the lands there too. My brain is definitely not clicking on all cylinders today, but yeah. Okay, we got another win, which I will definitely take. Let's see, I went from 400 to 600? Sure. So now the entry was basically 1,400 gems instead of 2,000, so that's good. Let's see if we can get another one. Mark Skeld. Mark Sue Skeld. Not sure what. All right. This one I can keep, even though I don't have a red source. It's amazing. Did I just do one swamp? I think I did. How many times I've drawn that? But I go first. I have a 1-drop, which is great. I have a 3-drop and a 5-drop. Hopefully I can find a red source by then. There is a red source. Good. It's a 4-mana. Yeah, sure. We're going to go ahead and hit for 1. All right. What is this? Mounts crews and vehicles' toughness rather than its power. Creature becomes tapped during your turn. Untap it only once each turn. That's really nice for crewing vehicles for sure. Go ahead and do this. No, I think we're just gonna say no and just go ahead and no attacks on this one. Okay, we don't want to draw any lands for a little bit. Let's see. So the camera launcher can become a 3/3. I can also do the Scurryfoot's exhaust ability to make a 3/3. Oh wow. Basic land, and then you can pay Wooburg for becomes an artifact creature, input 2 makes this an 8/7. Doesn't look like they're going for the Wooburg though. Recolor this. I need to use my mana effectively here, so probably crew 5. Crew 5, so that doesn't work. I wonder if they actually block on this one. It makes it harder to crew the 6/5 for sure for crew 5 power. And then I can play my Thunderhead Gunner going next. Oh, that's a nice one. Alright, I know there's not a 1-mana counter creature for activate only as a sorcery. Sure, discard a card, draw a card. This is where this one's going to come in handy. Filter through some of my deck here. No attacks. Okay, bounce off. You're trying to tempo me out here. Let's see, 5 mana. Unswerving Sloth. Attacks while saddled. It gains indestructible until end of turn. That's a good one, for sure. It's uncommon. Okay. Let's no block this one this time. I think what we want to do here is get a Death Toucher out. No attacks. End turn. Okay, now we have a Death Toucher, which indestructible clearly is a problem. What is this? Saddle 4? Now they can saddle it. Be interesting to see what they do. Probably saddle with the jacket and the quick welder, and then they all untap after it attacks. That's my guess. It's a powerful ability for sure. Yep. No blocks this time. This is gonna be a tough one to win. Sloth is a really good one. Wow. So I think we need to get some blockers in order here, which is 3 mana plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't do both. Do I want to attack with the Lagok is the question. Probably not. I will block with the Afterburner Expert, and then next time I can do some exhaust abilities to bring it back. Okay. Yeah, that Sloth is nice. That is a nice creature. Wonderful effect there. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe I do this. I don't mind if they want to trade the Path Cruiser for this at all. Yeah, that Sloth is incredible. That Sloth is absolutely incredible. only as a sorcery. Let's see if they have it. Let's make them have it. Make them have another... Okay. Okay, all right, so the plan is to use my Afterburner Expert's exhaust ability to make the Adrenaline Jockey a 6/6, and then the Sloth can't just attack through it. Oh my goodness. Which one are they going to take, though, actually? Probably my Expert, I would imagine, at this point. Okay, they're going to take that one. All right. And that's accrue 3, so they can accrue here. And becomes a 6/6. What is this? A 4 mana. Alright, let's see what they do. I'm actually going to just let it go through. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We're getting to the point, though, where maybe we can attack. It'd be interesting to see what they do here. Not sure what they have in their hand. They've actually been drawing a few lands, and maybe they're flooding out. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. I got another counter spell. Okay, so next time they can block 2, so they're going to block the 4/5 and the 3/4. So that's 1, 2. Okay, I guess they were flooding out. I mean, I'll take the win. Obviously, that was we're getting there where we're going to be able to get 4 lands. Let me go view the battlefield. What do we have? That would have given me 17 cards. So 4 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12. And then there's 5 lands out of the last 17, so I would have had a lot of chance to draw some action. But yeah, okay, we'll take that one as well. Some of these games are taking a long, long time. But hey, I'm glad to get a couple of wins there in a row. And that is now up to, that was a big jump, 600 to 1200. So that's kind of the big jump from 2 to 3 wins. So basically 800 gems is now my cost of the sealed pool, which I will take that. 800 gems for 6 packs plus 3 packs is 9 packs. Yeah, that's a really good deal if you get to that level. And then, because remember, you keep the cards in your sealed pool that you open. I just needed to get in the 2-loss bracket, apparently. And again, well, we have a 1, a 2, and a 3. I think I keep this, actually, with... Do I want to make a 1/1? I don't think so. I think we just go to the end. think we keep that. Okay, we have another cycle deck. Well, let's Beast Guard Van Rider, and then we're going to do the camera launcher. Oh, we got 3 colors already. Okay. Interestingly enough, I think I may just go ahead and see if they want to offer the trade. They do not. So if you haven't seen these, there are a couple of vanilla creatures that have nothing other than power of toughness but usually you get more power of toughness for the mana value. There's like a 9/7 or something in this. No blocks for this. That's a good one. 2/3 mold, that mills 3, and you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah, there we go. What do they have? Stock up. Wow, that's a good one. Ooh, they had 2 really good ones. What am I doing here? I think I'm doing this and keeping up my... We're going to attack for 3. In that turn. And then we're going to have Afterburner Expert with Defend the Rider up, which... glad for that. I'm actually... They're hitting for 5. I'm coming back for potentially 6. Sure. Let's go. Let's go. All right. We got some... Should I get aggressive? That's pretty aggressive, isn't it? Counter? Nope. Not a counter. Okay, let's see what they do. Perfect. Four cards in hand. Yeah, we'll take the trade here. Okay, they got the cycling. So that's what they had the blue for. Howler Heavy, you cycle it, -3, -1. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so how do we want to play this? Four mana, I got 5. Depending on what they do here, ooh, that is a big one. Well, this is going to be down to the wire, it looks like. I need... Question is do that's gonna be tough. Ooh, that has got to go. Got to go. Oh, wait, they didn't saddle. They made a mistake. Let me think about this. They have 9. I shock or lightning strike the strategist. 6/4. They trade to the mammoth. And I come across with 3/2. This is going to be tough. Yeah, this is really tough, isn't it? Let me think about this. I got 2 more timeouts. I can think about this. How do I win this game? I kill the strategist. They have a 2/1 and a 5/5. I swing with the 6/4 and the 3/2. They block, and then they swing back for crackback. So I've got to block some of this. Adrenaline jockey, huh? Okay. Okay. All right. They got removal. I'm dead. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? This is the better one. If they have a counter spell, I'm dead. Okay. They have any removal, any kind of interaction, I'm dead. Okay, that's not exactly... Okay. That is a good one, for sure. What do they have? Oh. Yep. I forgot it. I said it earlier in the match, and I should have just let it bounce. Yeah. There you go. There's the power of Adrenaline Jockey in the negative. So yeah, that was not a great way to go out. There you go. I just was an auto. That's the way you learn, though. I will never forget that again. Even though I mentioned it, I played it, and that happened. So I went 3-3 in this draft. So 800 gems for basically 9 packs of cards. I didn't really care for this deck overall. I mean, it didn't have any crazy bombs. Clearly, the Afterburner Expert is great when there's lots of exhaust. That came into play a decent amount of time. I really think the Gunner, I only got it the last couple of games, but this is a powerful card just to filter your deck for not instant speed, but sorcery speed on your turn. You don't have to pay any mana. You just discard and you draw. And it's a 4/5 reach. I think that's fantastic. Never got to play Debris Beetle at all. That's unfortunate because I think my splash was right. 2 of these, 1 swamp was really good. Logok, I think, was really good. For sure. What else was... Launchers are fine. And let's see. Be careful with the Adrenaline Jockey. As you can see, I just killed myself. And... yeah, I think this deck was it was a 3-3 deck. I mean, really, there was no way around it. I faced a lot better decks in this pool. I didn't really have any crazy bombs. I mean, Ketramos is a mythic, but it's probably more constructed than anything. Yeah, that was tough. I don't know if there was a red black. My black was so few in number, other than the Siphon Fuels. If I'd done white black, I would have had to played every creature in order to do that. So yeah, anyway, and we didn't have enough vehicles for Culloden. I really wanted to go Boros, but we had like 3 total vehicles. Like one was Skybox Ferry, and I was going to have to splash to get other vehicles like the Guide-like Pathmaker. Like it just wasn't going to work. So pulled just not enough vehicles. Didn't have enough cycling cards to make the Howler work. I mean, it just didn't have a great draw in the sealed pool. And then sometimes that happens. Sometimes there's just no way around that, that you're just going to not get a great draw with that. And so maybe there was something I could have done with white plus something else. But I think we chose the best set of cards and colors that we had. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. And we'll come back with some more Aetherdrift content in the very near future.